And while in a first, a 15-judge panel in Israel is set to hear appeals against the Netanyahu government's reasonableness bill, the first of their planned judicial reforms. What does this mean for the future of the contentious bill and for Israel's judicial framework? Jody Cohen has more.
Prime Minister Netanyahu has called the Supreme Court in Israel the most activist on the planet. And last week, the coalition passed the reasonableness law. This would limit judges' ability to judge government and ministerial decisions based on whether the presiding judge thinks something is reasonable or not. The government suggests this brings the judge's personal politics into the courtroom. Protesters, however, are concerned that the law would limit the ability of judges to act as a check on government power, and the passage of the bill has led to large-scale protests in 20 locations across the country. There have also been some large protests in favour of judicial overhaul. In addition, the government argues that the court has no authority to hear appeals against the legislation. That's because the law was passed as an amendment to a quasi-constitutional basic law, and the court has never struck down changes to a basic law in Israel's history, although no other basic law legislation has caused such division. The High Court has set a September 12th hearing date, and the entire roster of judges will consider 8 petitions against the bill. But what would happen if the court strikes down the legislation? In an interview with US media aired on Monday, Prime Minister Netanyahu seems to offer no clues. He didn't specify whether or not the government would abide by the court ruling if it strikes down the reasonableness law, saying that he hopes that they don't strike it down. This is Jody Cohen for WION World is One.